Have you ever wondered why your paycheck feels smaller, even though you haven't really changed your spending habits? You're buying the same stuff you always have, grabbing lunch a few times a week, replacing that laptop that finally gave up, picking up groceries. Nothing extravagant, just regular life. Yet you're staring at your bank account thinking, there should be way more money sitting there. Here's the uncomfortable truth. We're all getting ripped off on a massive scale, and most of us just go along with it because we think this is normal now. I'm here to break down what's draining your wallet in ways you might not have realized, and some of these are going to sting because they're things we've all convinced ourselves are necessary. But if you want to stop feeling like you're running on a financial treadmill, going nowhere despite working harder than ever, you need to hear this. Let's dive into 7 things that are absolutely not worth your money anymore. First up, and this one hurts because it's so obvious once you see it, fast food has become a complete scam. Remember when the whole point of fast food was that it was, well, fast and cheap? Those days are ancient history. You're now paying restaurant prices for food that comes in a paper bag. I'm talking $15, sometimes $20 for a basic meal at McDonald's. $20 for food that took 3 minutes to assemble and tastes exactly the same as it did when it cost $5. The math is insane. You could go to an actual sit-down restaurant, get real plates, have someone bring you water, and pay roughly the same amount. The value proposition has completely evaporated, yet millions of us are still lining up at drive-thrus every single day because convenience has become more important than common sense. But it gets even worse when we talk about regular restaurants. Dining out used to be something you could do a couple of times a week without destroying your budget. Now it's a luxury expense that hits your wallet like a freight train. You sit down, order 2 entrees, maybe split an appetizer, and suddenly you're looking at a bill pushing $100 with a tip for one meal, gone in an hour. The industry has trained us to think that paying $30 for a pasta dish that costs maybe $4 in ingredients is reasonable. If you're eating out just twice a week, which is pretty normal for most people, you're easily spending $400 to $600 a month. That's money that could be invested, saved for an emergency, or used to pay down debt. Instead, it's disappearing into meals you'll forget about by next week. Now let's talk about something that makes my head spin every time I see it: buying brand new cars. This is probably the single worst financial decision normal people make on a regular basis. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses about 20% of its value, instantly. You haven't even made it home yet and you're already down thousands of dollars. Then it just keeps losing value every single month while you're making payments on it. You're paying interest on something that is actively becoming worth less. It's the opposite of an investment. It's just lighting money on fire in slow motion. And people do this because they want that new car smell and the bragging rights. They want other people to see them driving something current and think they're successful. But here's the thing: a 3 or 4-year-old used car is just as reliable, it gets you to the exact same places, and it costs literally half as much. Someone else ate that massive depreciation hit, and you get all the benefit. But people convince themselves they deserve a new car. They work hard, so they should treat themselves. Except treating yourself to a new car means treating yourself to being broke for the next 5 years. Let's move on to something that's become absolutely ridiculous: designer clothing and luxury brands. Look, I'm not saying all expensive clothes are worthless. A good pair of boots or a well-made coat can be worth it because they'll last for years. But that's not what most people are buying. They're buying logos. They're buying the ability to tell people they own something from a luxury brand. You can get a plain white t-shirt for $10, or you can get the same t-shirt with a tiny designer logo for $200. Same cotton, probably made in the same factory, and people will pay that extra $190 because they think it makes them look successful. But nobody actually cares what brand your shirt is except you. Nobody is genuinely impressed. They might notice the logo for half a second, but it's not changing their opinion of you as a person. This extends to sneakers, watches, handbags, all of it. If you're going into credit card debt to buy designer clothes, you are literally paying interest for the privilege of being a walking advertisement. Here's another category that's gotten completely out of control: vacations. Taking a vacation used to be affordable if you were smart. You could find decent flights, a reasonable hotel, and have a great time without spending a fortune. Those days are gone. Flight prices are insane. Hotels are charging premium rates for basic rooms, and people are still taking these elaborate vacations they can't afford because they see everyone else posting photos on social media and feel like they have to keep up. So they book trips, put it on credit cards, and spend the next year paying it off with interest, all for a week somewhere else that fades into just another set of photos on their phone. Don't get me wrong, travel is amazing, but not if it's putting you in debt. There's this attitude that you have to travel while you're young, you have to collect experiences. And sure, experiences are valuable, but you know what else is valuable? Not being broke, not being stressed about money constantly. Now let's talk about something that seems small but adds up to a ridiculous amount: subscription services. Everyone has like 7 streaming services now. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max, each one is only $10 or $15 a month, which doesn't sound like much, but add them all up and you're paying $80 a month. That's almost $1,000 a year just for television. And think about how much you actually watch. You probably use 1 or 2 of them regularly and barely touch the others. It's not just streaming. People still pay $150 a month for cable packages with hundreds of channels they never watch. The same thing happens with gym memberships. People sign up, pay $60 a month, go for the first 2 weeks, then never again. But they keep paying because canceling feels like admitting defeat. So that's another $600 just gone. Here's one that's so unnecessary: buying new electronics every year. Every time a new phone comes out, people line up to buy it even though their current phone works perfectly fine. A new iPhone costs over $1,000, and people are buying them every 1 or 2 years. Sure, the new one might have a better camera or a faster processor, but does that actually improve your life in any meaningful way? Probably not. You're still using it to scroll social media and send texts. The old phone did that just fine. Tech companies have perfected the art of making you feel like you need the newest model. They release a new version every year with minor improvements, and people fall for it every time. Meanwhile, if you just kept your phone for 4 or 5 years, you'd save thousands of dollars that could be invested in actually earning you money. Finally, let's talk about premium household goods. People are spending way more than they need to on basic stuff because they think the expensive version is somehow dramatically better. Generic cleaning products work just as well as the name brand stuff. That cheap spatula does the same thing as the fancy one from the expensive kitchen store. Nobody needs a $400 blender unless they're running a smoothie shop. And furniture, people are financing furniture now, going into debt for a couch that's going to be worn out in 5 years. They want the nice one from the expensive store, so they put it on a payment plan and pay interest on a depreciating asset. You can get a perfectly good couch for a few $100s, but people want everything to look perfect and Instagram-worthy. So where does this leave us? The solution isn't complicated. Stop buying stuff you don't need. Stop trying to keep up with everyone else. Cook at home more. Keep your car longer. Buy used. Cut subscriptions you don't use. Keep your phone until it actually breaks. Stop trying to look wealthy and start actually building wealth instead. Because that's what it comes down to. You can either look wealthy or you can be wealthy. But for most people, you can't do both. Every dollar you spend on impressing other people is a dollar that's not working for your future. The people who figure this out early are the ones who end up financially comfortable. The ones who keep spending are the ones who end up stressed about money their entire lives. Track your spending for 1 month. You will be shocked at how much you're spending on stuff that doesn't actually matter. Then figure out what you can cut. I guarantee there's something. That money could be doing something way more useful than paying for your 7th streaming service or your 3rd meal out this week. If this opened your eyes to how these systems really operate, make sure you subscribe. We're just getting started breaking down the hidden mechanisms that shape your world. The more you understand, the better equipped you'll be to navigate them. That next episode might just contain the insight that transforms your entire financial future. Don't miss it.